All right, welcome back, guys. We're with Johnny Ma, and dude, this might be like one of the. It's so crazy because I've had multiple episodes with young founders, young entrepreneurs that like booked a call with me and paid like $50 to $100 back when I was doing like calls a couple years ago, and now they're all crushing, bro. But I think the coolest part about Johnny is just what was it, a week ago? He joined my founders group, Outliers, right? We don't have the fucking TV and logo in the background this time. But dude, that's just it's so cool to see like that full circle in such a short amount of time. Because how long ago did you first hit me up? That was like right when you were dropping out of college, right?
Dude, it was before that. I dropped out my junior year. That was sophomore year. I was living in the frat house, and I hit you up because I was like, dude, how do I manage this? Like, there's all these people who are in the house and they're all being degens.
Yeah.
And like, I'm in that and I'm kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out with a business that I wanted to start. And I hit you up because I knew you did it. And I was like, I just need this guy's advice. I literally had because I didn't even know about like where you can record a Zoom call. So I had a voice memo, sat there, and I was like, what's this guy going to tell me?
That's lit. So what was that though? That was 2023 or 2024 maybe even?
That was 2023.
So about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay, so walk me through that. So for some context for everyone listening or watching, you run a sales training agency, right?
Yeah, I run a sales training company, and then we also have a sales agency component where we run other teams.
So that seems like kind of the ultimate goal in your space because you're training the reps and then you're selling them for people to use, right? I assume.
It's so like I've gone the placement route, but it's a little weird, so I don't like that. It's more so just training reps to get to be really good. If they want to go and sell on one of the offers that we manage, they can do it. It's good for us because like we know they're good because we train them, and it's good for them because all the roles we have are super high paying.
And what kind of offers? Like, what are they selling? Is it info? Is it?
Yeah, they're mainly all info. Like it could be fitness, it could be like content coaching, anything that's like I have a skill and you want to learn the skill, and they teach it.
Nice. And what are you guys doing right now? You guys have had a crazy fast rise, right?
Yeah, like really fast. It was started in about January or February is when I like officially started it.
So less than a year ago.
Yeah, and we quickly got up to the point where we were doing like 400K a month, and it was all basically organic there. So that was a fun few months, and then started getting more into paid. Then we started taking on other offers to run, and those are collectively doing like millions of dollars. I don't want to say millions, million a month. And so, yeah.
So what are you guys bringing in top line right now a month? What are your projections for the year? We
will do probably 4.5 million. I like going based off profit with the info businesses because it can be a little weird. We'll probably do around $4 million profit or $3.5 million profit this year.
Wow.
Total. And then top line revenue will probably do around 10 million and total cash collected.
Bro. In 1 year, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Insane. First of all, congrats.
Thanks, bro.
Because that's fucking sick. And it's crazy because you dropped out 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I imagine you started as a sales rep, right?
I actually started as a business owner that I failed as a business owner.
Really?
Then got into like, all right, maybe I want to go and learn some skills and then I'll go back to being a business owner, which that was kind of my goal when I got into closing. When I started my first business, I was like the operations guy. I was the back end guy because I was like huge introvert, didn't know anything about sales, didn't want to talk to people. So I was just sitting there on like the CRM, like, what the fuck am I doing? I have no idea
what kind of business was it?
It was a marketing agency.
Nice.
So like the classic, SMMA.
Yeah.
Everyone starts.
Did you buy a course?
I did.
Get into that? I feel like actually, the crazy thing about courses, I'm curious your opinion is, even though 90% of courses I think are probably shams, it's like your first foot in the door, right? Because you buy a course, you get scammed most of the time because you don't know whose course to buy. You buy the course from the guy that has like the flashy lifestyle and not the guy who actually knows what he's talking about, which is the typical like beginner experience, I would say. And then you get fucked. But now all of a sudden you're like, okay, well, I could do this. I could start a real business. Let me go buy another one. Let me go look into this a little more. Let me spend some time actually trying to learn.
Yeah. It's like, I have a different view on courses because I think it's extremely input driven. It's basically like college, right? Some people are going to go to college is the biggest info product of all time that everyone's been psyoped into. It's like Jimmy from 2 years old knows that he's going to buy this big info product when he gets to be 18 years old, going generational debt. So it's like, that is the biggest info product. With these, there's a lot of scammers out there, I'm not going to lie. But I think that putting money and betting on yourself in that way almost does more for you than the course itself. because you're really like showing the world and you're showing yourself that I'm really going to commit to this. And in my life, the only times I've ever found success is when I'm 100% all in. Like I teetered around with businesses since I was in college and since I was in high school, never got anywhere. And in my opinion, I think it's because I never went all in. And it wasn't until I put money in the line that I was like, this is it, dropping out, going all in on this, that I actually saw success. But that's just my personal story.
So walk me through that. So you're sophomore, and where were you going to school?
University of Georgia.
Were you having a good time there at least?
Yeah, I was having a great time.
So what made you want to drop out versus building on the side and having fun still?
Well, I was building on the side. I was building on the side from since I was a sophomore in high school. I was trying drop shipping, started like pressure washing, like all that type of stuff. And so I was doing that, one foot in, one foot out, got to college, joined the frat, really went into the frat life, and it didn't fulfill me in the way that I thought it would. And I just realized that it wasn't going to get me there. So I had a good time for 2 years, realized that it was not going to be the way to go. And I actually got like almost in a way objection handled to dropping out of school by my sales manager that I was working for. So I was doing full time with there, and then I was just not going to class. So I would do the
like online closing. Closing.
Yeah, so it was I was closing for another marketing agency by the time I left college, and I was doing online school also while like living there because that with COVID they made it weird.
Okay.
So I could do both full time essentially, but I was also just getting hammered basically every day. So,
yeah. So you were physically in college, but you weren't really like pulling up to classes and shit.
Oh, never.
But you were making good money closing, and you're like, I gotta.
No,
you weren't even making money.
No, dude, that was a terrible time for me. I was making probably $500 a month total, and I was like severely in the red with everything. And so there was no business in me dropping out of college. There's no reason. There was nothing in my mind that was like, this is the right decision of like I have anything going for me.
So why did you do that?
Bro, I just felt something in me that was really. I just felt something that I was meant to do and meant to just go all in for it. And I think I heard this quote, which is like, if your current reality is your worst case scenario, then like, what's the real risk? And my current reality was quite literally the worst possible thing I could see in my mind was me being in college, being a degenerate and not achieving anything in my life. And I could go back to college. If I go and fail for 5 years, I'm like, I'm hanging it up. I can go, they'll gladly take my money.
Yeah.
So I can go right back to it.
What'd your parents think?
They hated it. What's
your relationship with your parents, by the way?
Amazing.
What do they do? Are they entrepreneurs? Are they 9-to-5ers? Not that there's anything wrong with that, but
no, my mom's like a director at a med spa, and then my dad owns his own mortgage company. So he knew I was going to do something from the beginning, so he didn't care too much when I dropped out. I think a big part of the whole dropout thing is like the stigma of what it means, especially to the people around you. So the thing that like hurt me the most when I dropped out was the fact that how my family was viewed to other people around.
They care more. It's like they care more about like the neighbors, honestly, the neighbor's opinion.
Yeah, that was the worst part about it because they don't see the vision, you know? It's like it's only you.
Interesting. So you drop out. Did you tell them you were dropping out or did you lie about it?
No, I didn't even lie. I just called them and I said, hey, it's done. Like I'm done with school. And I sent my email to my advisor. And then
it was all at once though. You didn't tell them like, hey, I'm thinking about this, blah, blah, blah. So what was their reaction?
It was very weird because I've talked to them throughout the time of me being in college. It's like, I don't want to be here. Like, I don't want to go, but they never thought I was actually going to pull the trigger. And to be honest, I didn't either. Like, I was like, you're too much of a pussy. You're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And I called them and I think they could sense how serious I was about this. And so they kind of backed off for a bit because I was really on edge at that point. Like I was in my mind, it was like do or die. I don't know if I'm going to go home. I don't know where I'm going to live. So I was very impulsive in that time. So I know that if they said the wrong thing, they knew I was just going to go ghost.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So they kind of backed off for a bit until I got home and then things really took off.
Interesting.
Badly.
Oh, explain that.
Dude, that was like the worst time ever. Because that was when I started posting on TikTok. And actually, funny enough, I DM'd you at that point. It's like, yo, bro, I just started my TikTok page. I dropped out. I'm documenting my journey.
Yeah.
And you were actually my first follower.
No way.
Yeah.
I was your first follower?
I think you were, yeah.
That can't
I texted
be,
you.
really?
No, I promise you, because I DM'd you right when I posted my first video. And you're like, oh, sick. and you followed me.
Oh,
And I
hell
was
yeah.
like, oh, fuck yeah, let's go.
Sweet.
And then, yeah, so they were not cool with it whatsoever. It was a lot of screaming. It was a lot of like just them being extremely upset. My mom crying. Like that's the worst, bro. Is like seeing that because you know in your heart like it's gonna work out.
Yeah.
But they can't see the vision, bro. They're born at such a different time.
It's really not their fault. I always like to
Yeah.
say that. It's like, because I still get DM'd by people all the time and they're like, I want to drop out or I want to start something. My parents are not supportive. And I forgot who said it, but I saw one quote. This is why I took the leap myself to like start my business and go all in and stuff. And it was because someone made a video saying you need to disappoint your parents in the short term in order to make them proud in the long run.
Yeah.
Because your parents are always like, it's your parents' job. It's literally their job to protect you. There's nothing more risky to them from their perspective, which is totally valid, than dropping out and starting a business and doing social media. Like that's terrible. That's like the equivalent of like if we were parents one day and our kid was like, I want to go skydive for a living. It's terrifying, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they really are just doing their best and trying to protect you. But that's the thing though, is like in order for you to become the person you want to be, like you have to disappoint them.
Yeah.
And I'm sure now they're extremely proud of you, right? And you guys are very close.
Yeah, dude. They could not be happier now.
Nice.
That's like that's so right. You have to disappoint them. Like even back then it was horrible, but I always like to say it's like once you get to the point where you're making the money you want to make or you're achieving the things you want, you can get them so much more things. Like I got my mom like her dream trip that she would have never ever been able to afford in her life. And I was able to give that to her. Do you think she's mad now? Hell no.
Yeah.
She's happy.
They just want to make sure that you're good.
Yeah.
They're just like, as long as, because that's the thing is like, so I was on a Outliers trip actually like 2 weeks ago, and one of the guys in the group decided not to come on the plane back. And so he gave his spot to like this kid that he works with, right? 18-year-old kid. He's got a big following on social media. He does like modeling stuff. He's making good money. He makes like 20, 30K a month, but he's in college just because his parents want him to be in college because they're immigrants. And he's like, bro, I fucking hate this shit. He goes, I'm in community college. There's people like that are 55 years old in my class. They barely speak English. He's like, I want to drop out, but I know that they're going to hate me for it and really grill me and like make me feel like shit. And I'm never an advocate for lying. I think like I make so many videos on this all the time. I think the best way to live your life and the way to have like the greatest adventure is by being honest.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, you got a lot of them, bro. Like you just got to like, just don't show up to class, go all in on your shit. If you're already making good money, bro, and you really believe in yourself, and most importantly, if you don't like it, then don't do it. But a lot of times your parents, they're not going to understand. So you might have to not lie, but like hold back from telling them for 6 months until you're good.
You can make it sound good. Like I told them I'm taking a leave of absence. So that was my version of dropping out, even though I knew I wasn't going to go back. But it just kind of makes the pill a little bit easier to swallow.
Yeah.
But that's like, even with that, if I was making 20, 30K a month, bro, I would have been gone way sooner.
Yeah.
But like, you got to think of the opportunity cost of each thing that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're staying in college, you're risking like your full commitment is not going to be towards what you want to do, which means your ceiling is naturally not going to be as high. But like, it comes down to what is the greater risk. Like you can jump ship, go start your own company, really, because that is success, is like going all towards what you want to do, because that'll bring you the most fulfillment regardless.
Yeah.
And if everything fails, if everything goes to absolute shit, just go back to community college.
Well, bro, the thing is, I don't think it's so funny like what people deem risky, you know, because I don't think it's risky at all, to be honest, because it's not like for playing sports, for example. If you were to go all in if you were to drop out of college to go play, semi-professional baseball, for example, if you get injured or you're not that good, you don't make the team, you're actually cooked.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's like you wasted your time.
Yeah.
But if you go and you start your own business, like people think that they're climbing the mountain and then if they fail that they're back to zero. No, bro, you just made all these connections. You learned a ton. You took risk. You became more confident. You became a better leader. Like if you fail, if anything, like that might actually be a good thing.
Yeah.
Because now you just took all those learnings from that experience and you can go start something new and be even more prepared. And so like, I don't know, but I've literally never And maybe it's just like from the position I'm in, of course, you're not going to meet people in that position, but I've never met anybody who dropped out to go all in on something and it didn't work out.
Yeah.
Maybe it didn't work out right away. Maybe their first one failed, their second one failed. They try job shipping, they try an agency, but then their third one takes off. It always works out.
Yeah.
If you have that kind of mindset, I think.
And like people think that path A needs to be the way you go, where it's like the first thing you do is never going to be it. It's like I started off thinking drop shipping, like I'm going to make this Galaxy light's going to make me a millionaire.
Yeah.
Not even close. But what it did is it opened up path B, which is like, all right, because I went all on a path A, I see what the next path is. So I'm going to go all in there. Didn't work out, but it opened up the next one. And you keep on going till you find something that works. And along the way, you're like just skill stacking. So it's like, all right, now I'm good at sales. Now I have marketing. Now I know how to create content that gets views. And your baseline income, just like Alex Ramosi says, it's just increasing. Not to mention, if you go and you're like, you go all in on starting a business and you get some level of success and then everything goes to shit, you are significantly more qualified than someone who goes to college.
Yeah.
Because you have real world experience. I would way rather hire that guy.
For sure.
Over someone who...
Especially these days.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
These days, people don't want to hire people out of college because it's like, what have you actually done? Like the resume doesn't mean anything.
Especially with the entitlement. Like there's a huge amount of entitlement nowadays too with like college of people that think that they're more deserving of the things that they have.
Yeah.
And it's just like, bro, you're rude awakening.
Dude, actually, now that I think about it, bro, I have maybe 18 or 19 employees. Some of these guys are like in their 30s and they have like multi-$100,000 a year salaries, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're like monsters. They're like C-suite exec. I have a CFO, a COO, head of website and CRO. Like these guys are like grown ass men, a decade older than me, that have been in this industry for probably about a decade. I've never once asked someone, where'd you go to college? Never once. And I don't think I ever will, to be honest. I don't think it means anything.
It's totally irrelevant. Like what does it signal? It signals nothing.
Yeah.
That you have a piece of paper that is like, I hate everything about it. Everything.
When you're making hires, I'm curious, what goes through your head? Like is it just a feeling? Like you talk to someone, you're like, they seem like a good guy, they seem like they can sell. I'd hire them, or do you have like a process you go through?
Dude, I'm very intuition based. Like I think the intuition's placed in you for a reason, so I go heavily based on that. It's also really easy to tell. Like if someone shows up to an interview, you can tell a lot about someone by the way they present themselves. If someone shows up and like they're like have a shitty background, like they have a horrible mic, I can barely hear them, like cameras,
poster on their wall.
Yeah, posters on their walls. Like I'm full send flag up. Like I'm not gonna. There's no way. Yeah. Because they're not presenting themselves in the way that I want to, like my company to be perceived.
Yeah.
So no way. But like intuition serves a better thing. Like I would rather hire someone that tells me and shows me through the call and like after the interview process, like I'm gonna put it all on the line for you, and I'm really gonna dedicate everything I possibly have to the vision. I will take that guy over someone with more talent because character is the thing. That I can teach you a lot of stuff. Like I can teach you how to sell. I can teach you everything I need you to do for the most part, except for if I'm hiring a head of marketing or something. But I cannot force you to work and work your ass off. That's up to you.
100%, bro. One thing I've noticed is like, so you obviously, you hire and you train sales reps, right? I kind of have my own system like that as well, except instead of pitching people, they're making UGC videos, but they're all like good looking, fit dudes. And their whole job is like to sell, right? It's like to make... I mean, if I include those guys, I have like 100 employees, but those guys are essentially door-to-door salesmen online or remote closers for videos, right?
Yeah.
And one thing that I've noticed is the guys that always usually end up being like the monster creators are the ex-athletes.
Yeah, because they have it ingrained in them.
Yeah.
It's not like it's who are you? It's who do you become through the process of like the hard work? And those people, like it's just going to transfer over because their character is what matters.
Do you think sales is in you from birth, or do you think anyone, if they show up enough and they put in the amount of hours and they, pull up with a positive mindset or whatever, that they can become a good sales rep or do well in sales?
I think anyone can do it, but it comes with a lot of personal development. If your conviction will beat skill a lot of the time, which is hard to say because like if I take the most convicted person of all time who believes in their heart that this is the right thing for someone to do, that person's going to outperform the person with fancy word tracks who doesn't believe and they don't have like that congruency with themselves. So I think the first step to that is to have ultimate conviction in yourself, which is just taking little things seriously, like having self-respect, listening to what you tell yourself you're going to do. And those things naturally, because sales is a lot about congruency. It's like, if I don't take myself seriously, if I don't respect myself, if I don't hold myself to a higher standard, I can't get you to if I'm on the phone with you. So that's the number one step. If someone can accomplish that, yeah, you can be an amazing sales rep.
Okay, interesting. But you said you were pretty introverted.
Very.
Why did you pick sales? Of all things, like, why not? There's a lot of ways to make money online.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guys on the back end.
route. Like, I was building CRMs and stuff, and I just wanted to I wanted to just jump off my balcony, bro. It was horrible.
Really?
Yeah, because it was just like, I'm sitting there behind a computer and I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. And I kind of fell into sales because I realized that was the number one trait of like all the most successful people I looked up to, is they all at some point or another, they've had to like sell themselves, or they've had to sell a product, or it all involves some form of persuasion and convincing and stuff like that. So I'm like, all right, do I want to be successful? Yes. So does success comes with change? Yes. Change is going to make me uncomfortable. So how can I get uncomfortable? Speak to as many people as possible. So that was the route I took, which is like, this is going to get me where I want to go. And I can't possibly end up in a worse space than I am right now. So let's go for it.
And so, what's the next step after that? You're back home. You just apply to like an online sales.
Well, I was working full time at that point for full time. I was making $500 a month.
Yeah.
But like, I was continuing to work with them. I was probably a year into like my sales journey at this point.
A year of $500 a month?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was horrible. Like, I was genuinely terrible. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I ended up going to this event in Miami that they brought me to. And this was truly like a life changer for me because I had zero money. At that point, like I had good credit because my parents made me like an authorized user on their credit card. So I had good credit. And I went and signed up for a credit card, and I bought an $8,000 sales training program. So the second course
without money, you didn't have?
No, I had zero money.
Oh, wow.
And so I put it on there because I had like a high credit limit. So I put it on it, and it was 0% interest for 12 months.
Nice.
So I was like, oh, hell yeah. Let's go. And so
I
did it. Yeah,
it's pretty much free.
And so I paid for that, joined the sales training, started getting really good really fast, went to Miami for an event that they were running for like this. It was this SMMA event. So it was a bunch of agency owners in the room that were making like $5,000 to $100,000 a month. And I was like the lowest status, lowest money. So I was a setter at this point. So a setter for my marketing agency owner who made $80,000 a month. So I was the worst person in the room. Zero authority. Absolutely. And it crushed me. Like, it made me so mad being in a room like that where I was just mogged by everyone in there in terms of success, in terms of everything. And I left that event and was just like super eye-opening. I loved being around people like that, and it changed my mindset around it. But I left taking a video myself, like, I'm never going into an event again like this where I'm not the speaker. So from that day forward, I'm like, I'm not going to an event until I become a speaker. And I ended up speaking at an event that was in that same venue like a year later.
No way.
Which was,
bro.
a full circle moment. But from that point on, everything really switched. I moved to Arizona. At that point, I lost all my money again because of my flight there and the ticket to an event. I guess I didn't. I went to another event as an attendee.
Yeah.
But I paid for an event ticket there, drained my bank account again, didn't have enough money for really any food, anything whatsoever. And I just begged them for a job because that was like, in sales, in high ticket sales, you're only as good as your offer. Like, if my offer is making $80,000 a month, I'm not going to make more than $8,000 usually.
Yeah. So
I went to an offer that was making $4 million a month because then I can make a shit ton. It's like I can make $50,000 a month.
What was it? Like, what niche?
Dude, I was selling sales training. So I was I was selling for this massive dude. And the thing I needed, I knew that they had the best training out there because it was like they were selling salespeople on how to sell better. So I was like,
that really is the ultimate product because people can start making money right away. It's kind of like like Jimmy with Creators Corner. It's like, that's like the ultimate offer because
instant win.
Yeah, and you have deals waiting for you as soon as you get in.
Yeah. So I ended up going there and I was begging them for a job, and I had zero credentials to like ask them for it, besides the fact that I paid them to train. So I was paid them as part of their students. And then I was begging them for a job, and they're like, no, like we're not hiring you. We're not doing it.
Yeah.
And so I was just begging the whole event. And then they were like, all right, like we'll give you 30 days. So I ended up just not going home to Georgia.
Mm.
And my sister moved out there. My sister lived out there. So I went and slept on my sister's in her place. And just had to like take the bus to work because I didn't have any money. I like couldn't afford Chipotle bowls. So like I couldn't eat. Just scrounging by, bro, eating like the little kitchen snacks they had as my meals. And it was
That's fire,
so
though.
bad.
That's a great story.
Yeah, bro. But it was that. And then in about 8 months, I hit my first $50,000 commission month.
Damn.
Yeah.
So what exactly was what was the change? Like, how'd you go from like fucking blowing for an entire year, $500 a month to 50K? That's crazy. Like going from $500 a month to 50K a month in 12 months.
Yeah.
Like what changed? What was like that? What was it? Was it a shift in your strategy? Was it listening more as opposed to talking? Like what exactly made that big difference?
I think it comes down to like how committed I was. I think everything in life is dependent on your commitment level. So and that was why I brought up the point of like, if you're 1 foot in, 1 foot out, you're not gonna like, you're probably not gonna make it.
Yeah.
So it was when I dropped out, the next month I made more. And then every month after that was like up. And it was like the commitment to getting better at the craft was the thing that got me there. So spending all day long, as much time as possible. I did not have a social life whatsoever. If I go back in time, I would not recommend to go that route because I was not taking care of myself. And it was just all day long, just drilling and iterating on very small things of how I was doing it. Because at the end of the day, it's like a sport. Like the more time I put into my craft, the more money I'm going to make. That's what I love about sales. It's like no one else depends on your income. It's you. So I just took full ownership and committed myself to learning the skills, call reviews every day, train as many training programs as I could do, attending every call, being the most vocal, asking the most questions, and just constantly improving 1% every day to where it was like flip a switch.
Would you recommend sales for any young kid out there?
Yeah.
Who like might be in your position 2
100%.
years ago?
100%. Because it'll give you a vision when you have all of these opportunities in front of you. It's like drop shipping. You can start a brand. You can do like there's so many things in front of you, but the thing that will help you achieve everything you want is sales.
Yeah.
Like no matter what, I'm sure you use sales on a day-to-day, whether you're selling your team on a vision, you're selling employees to come and work for you, because that's like kind of flips when you hire like heads,
selling investors.
Yeah, it's like everything is sales.
Yeah.
So no matter what you want to do, you can't go wrong by just going and just grinding out a sales role, even for like 6 months. They give you cash, build a skill set, build connections. I think it's the best start to like an entrepreneur's career.
Yeah. And then so why'd you decide, or why'd you even want to like document it?
Because I knew I was going to make it.
Nice.
So I knew I was
So
going
you're
to
like,
make
I just
it.
want to have this recorded?
Yeah,
Nice.
I knew it. And it was also something that was like out of my comfort zone. And my whole goal in that era of my life, and even now, is just like, how uncomfortable can I make myself?
Yeah.
Like so that was it. Talking to the camera, terrified of it. I actually asked you that on my call. I was like, I want to do this, but I'm fucking terrified.
Yeah.
You're like, the only way to do it is just to do it.
Everyone's
It's like, that's great advice. I'm not going to do it. And so I waited until I dropped out, because then no one was near me. So I was like, I was secluded. None of my friends saw me because they were all at school. So I was like, all right, cool. I can do this now. And I'm just going to try to hide my account for as long as possible. And hopefully I blow up by the time they see me.
It's crazy because like, yeah, I mean, it definitely does come with a lot of getting shit from people, but it actually can be a good thing. Like for anyone like listening or watching and they're, they've been wanting to do content. I think without a doubt, the best, what's the best word for this? The greatest edge you can give yourself in today's day and age is having a platform. It's like if you meet someone today, like you don't fucking Google them anymore. Like you look up their TikTok, you look up their Instagram. Like you want to watch videos, you want to see them talking, you want to like try and understand their character, right? And so it's like not having a platform is a huge disadvantage, and having a platform is a huge advantage, and it's only gonna get worse and worse that way.
Yeah.
And I do think though that the first couple of months are the same for everybody. It's like, yeah, your friends are gonna talk shit. It's gonna be cringy. And the more friends you have, the tougher it's going to be. And you just have to suffer through it. but it
Yeah.
builds you a lot as a person.
100%.
It like makes this I like to think of it as like, you know how like some people that work in like carpentry have crazy rough hands, like their
Yeah,
hands
like
are all
callous.
calloused. Exactly, yeah. So when you make content, especially if you're in like a social environment like Greek life or fraternity or on a sports team or something, people are gonna say so much shit to you that you're gonna callous your feelings, in my opinion. And so like nothing can hurt you.
Yeah.
Like no one can like say something that offends you or pisses you off or hurts your feelings because you've heard it all. And that's a valuable skill in itself, long term.
Oh, dude, 100%. Like the reason why people don't accomplish what they want is because they're afraid of other people's opinions for the most part with everything. So it's like, again, how uncomfortable can you get? And it's also just a matter of like, if you want to be who you say you want to be, like if you want to be a 1% guy, if you want to be an entrepreneur, if you want to do these things, you cannot behave like 99% of people.
Yeah.
It's just, it's not possible to get there. So if you just reverse engineer who you want to be, and break them down into days. Like I have 4 iterations of who I want to be in terms of like,
That's cool that you have it all planned out.
It was, I mean, it never goes to plan, obviously, but it's like, if you're just taking steps in that direction, you're in a way better spot. So I got it from Charlie Morgan, actually. If you know who that guy is, he's a beast. But so it's like 1.0 version, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. So I'm on my 4th now. All 4 were just like broken down into who am I as a person and what decision does he make on a daily basis. And I would just tally mark. So it's like every action I take, is that for 2.0 or 3.0? 3.0. So cool, I'm moving in his direction. So if you boil it down, it's like the 2.0 version of myself has this many followers, if like that's how you are wanting to base your status, then it's like, all right, does he post? Yes, of course he does. So boom, tick for them. Does he take his content seriously? Absolutely. Does he like have some sort of business that's alongside his content? Probably. Tick. You keep on going and going, because if you act like the person you want to be, you're going to become them. Like if I flip a triathlete's brain with a fat person's brain, fat person's going to become a triathlete's going to become fat.
Yeah.
Because it's not like,
I've never heard that before, but I agree.
Yeah.
It's
like,
so much easier to work backwards.
Yeah.
Like just imagine, like people are always asking like, oh, I want to change, but I don't know how. Like you have to have some sort of plan or vision, or you at least have to know like what direction you're going.
Yeah.
And then you take steps that way, just one step at a time, and then you become that person.
They think they have to have it figured out though, and it's never the case.
Yeah.
It's like, it's never the case. But if you just take the steps forward, you're not going to be in a worse spot than you were when you started.
Yeah.
So just take a step, one small step, and just realize that if you're getting hate, unless you're doing like some crazy shit, if you're getting hate, it's probably just a sign that you're going in the right direction.
It's a good thing for sure. Especially with young guys. Young guys are brutal. At least girls like support each other. Oh, I love it. Like, like great video queen. Like they'll say all this stuff. Guys fucking hate seeing other guys succeed. And they would rather pull you down back to their level or lower than succeed themselves.
Yeah. It's like have you seen the scientific, like the experiment with the monkeys?
Yeah, 100%. I've talked about that on the podcast multiple times.
It's literally that.
Yeah.
They're going to try to drag you down because they don't want you to get the banana.
Yeah.
But it's like, just keep on going as much as possible until you're out of reach.
Yeah.
And then at that point, it's constant comparison.
Yeah.
And the game switches. It's weird because it's like they start off hating you. And then I actually have really not gotten to the point where it's love. It's more, now it's like envy. Because I skipped a lot of rungs. I went from like 0 to like 50 really fast.
Yeah.
And then 50 to like a couple $100,000 really fast. And so now it's just like, fuck you, liar. Like you don't make that much.
You don't post that much like lifestyle flexing stuff though. So that's the thing is like, unfortunately with social media, unless people can see your result, they almost like don't believe it. Like there's still people that comment on my video like, bro's like a fraud. I'm like, dude, like I've literally been documenting this like since the start, right? It won't be until I post a G-Wagon or I post a crazy apartment that people actually start listening. It's unfortunate that's like 98% of the population.
It's a trap though, and you're only attracting the worst audience of all time.
100%. Yeah, fully agree. It's good that you like understand that because I feel like a lot of guys in sales and content as well, they make a little bit of money, they start spending it right away.
Bro, I know guys who are like, they make their first $100,000 month and they go and put $100K down on a Urus.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, go and get secure.
I know exactly who you're talking about, and you know how I know how I know this guy. He went to my college.
Really?
He went to my college and he like DJ'd. Yeah, he was a DJ.
Bro, it's nuts.
And I vividly remember a call with this dude, and he crashed out because I canceled his event like the day before, and he was tweaking. And then the other day, I see one of his TikToks pop up, and he's driving a Urus. He lives in Scottsdale, and I'm like, "What the fuck happened?" I'm like, "There's no way, bro. There's something not."
Yeah, it's because it's just about perception.
Yeah,
because these people nowadays with social media, they find value in everything external and nothing about themselves. So they don't have any self-worth. They don't feel good about themselves, so they have to stuff them. They're like a fucking stuffed animal, bro. They're stuffing everything inside of them to make them feel good and posture up. But it's like, bro, you're only digging yourself deeper because you're going to go under and you're going to buy all these cars. And like, I pray the best. Like, I hope they make it, but it's also just like extremely an irresponsible thing to do. Unless you have a couple mil in the bank. I'm trying to get a bunch of money in the bank, so then the passive income will pay for the Urus. Like the $5,000 a month would be like, okay, cool. My interest will pay for that.
Yeah.
That's the way.
It's crazy. Like we were talking about Luke Alexander, who's also in the sales space, before the podcast started rolling. And we were talking about exactly that, how like a lot of these course guys, once again, like there are great courses, and I'm not even against courses as much as I used to be, but a lot of these course guys sell their course through, I would say most do, through lifestyle, right? And the problem with that is if you attract your customers and your viewers from the cars and the watches and the penthouses and the lifestyle stuff, then you've now created this machine that cannot run unless you keep feeding it, right? So in order to keep getting customers, you have to buy another car and another car and another car. Yeah. And you're essentially just, like you said, digging yourself a deeper and deeper hole. Versus there are a couple of guys out there who do a great job of like actually educating. Like I think Tyler's honestly one of the best, TJR, because he has like the lifestyle part of himself. Then he also like genuinely is a good trader and teaches well. But if you're just selling your course off like lifestyle shit, it's only a matter of time. It's not like nobody has ever lasted more than a couple of years.
Bro, they come in cycles and waves and stuff. And there's
someone new for
happening.
about a year.
Yeah. And like there's a huge one right now that I won't say, but like he's totally fucked.
Yeah.
And like a part of me feels bad, but it's like, dude, you brought it on yourself.
Yeah.
Because at that point, how are you going to come back from that? If you're buying all the stuff and you're living in this big ass penthouse and you have all the cars, you can't just like, because the audience is so naive to where they think that all success is based on cars, to where it's like, you can't flip it and be like, I don't care about these things anymore. All of them are gone. I'm selling them all. It's
You're
like,
now that guy.
You're going to start asking questions, and it's just terrible. So I don't even own a car. I don't have a car.
You don't have a car?
No, I don't even have a home. Like I broke my lease in Miami.
Where are you living now?
I'm actually moving to Dubai.
You're going to
November.
Dubai?
Yeah.
Why Dubai?
My business partner lives there. So
wow.
We're just...
It's a huge change.
Yeah, it's a huge change. But
have you ever been there before?
Yeah. It's
cool?
really nice. It's
What
really
do you
really
like
cool.
about it?
The respect. I think like there's zero homeless. Everyone is extremely respectful. There's no crime. Because if you go and if I punch you in the face right now, I'm going to jail for like 30 years.
Wow.
So I love that because like there's no crime. There's nothing. Yeah. And then like it's just everything, bro. I think Austin is similar in the way where it's not flashy wealth, but there's wealth. Like there's people who have a lot of money, but they're not going to shove it in your face like they do in Miami. That's a lot with Austin.
From my perspective of Dubai, it seems like it'd be the opposite of that personally. Like I've never been there, but it looks like it's a lot of flexing and
I thought
fake
it too.
People.
And there is going to be some with that, but the real wealth does not. Like I went to dinners with the guys out there that were doing like crazy. I would have never guessed. But then we walk outside, like of course they have a nice car, they have like a G-Wagon. Yeah. But then after the dinner, like someone tell me, oh, that guy's got like 40 mil liquid.
Wow.
And they would never say it. They would never say it to you and they're just constantly asking questions about you. Like, what do you do? How can I support you? And that's the experience I've had out there. But I think there's bad people everywhere.
For sure. So let me ask you then. So is it easy as a young person on the come up with a bit of success already, but still in your grind to find community out there?
No.
Really?
No, not so far. I'm lucky because my business partner lives there, so I can be with them and then he can introduce me to other people. But
are people pretty isolated in their groups out there?
I don't think I've been there long enough to know that yet. I've only been there for like 2 months.
Yeah.
So I'm moving back in November, but I don't have an answer to that yet.
How's the lifestyle out there?
It's really nice. Like they make that city so efficient for entrepreneurs that it's insane. There's one singular app that has everything you could possibly want. Bro, I could get them, they could come shine my shoes, they could clean my house, they could do an IV drip, they could do my laundry for me, all
Like a
off one app,
concierge,
one
pretty
clip.
much.
Yeah, it's insane. And the Uber Eats, like they deliver food for like $20 total. So I'll get like a nice healthy bowl or something for $20. And it's just really efficient. The only thing that sucks is the time zone. So I work till like 2 a.m. there.
Oh, wow. And the heat, I imagine's ass, right?
The heat is unreal. But I lived in Arizona for a while. So
yeah, so did
it is.
I kind of like a dry heat. Like Texas, bro, in the summer gets really fucking, and so does Miami, humid and sticky, and you
rainy.
sweat a ton. But dude, like Tucson and Scottsdale, it's kind of nice in the summer. It's like it feels like you're in a sauna.
Yeah, it's like a blow dryer.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, but so if that's what Dubai's like, or is it humid over there?
No, it's not humid at all. It's really dry,
Right.
but also it's perfect. Like, you know how Arizona is basically perfect weather 7-8 months out of the year?
Yeah.
It's exactly that. But then some months it's brutal. That's the same
Well,
thing.
I guess in that time you could always go over to like Ibiza or Mykonos or some shit. We were thinking about, for outliers, this is one thing I was talking to Sam with actually yesterday. We were thinking in like maybe June getting, do you know Nude Project?
Wow,
It's like that clothing brand from France.
Mm-hmm.
They did this thing where they rented like this fucking mega pad in Ibiza, and they just cycled like the coolest European like entrepreneurs and creators and stuff through the house.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do that with outliers in June, maybe in Mykonos or Ibiza. So like, you know, just we'll rent like this like 12-bedroom place, and then anyone in the group can just like come out for a couple of days, hang out. So I get like Dubai, you're right there, right? So you can go to all those places, which is nice for sure.
People don't live in Dubai full time though, because if you're moving to Dubai, chances are you have a good amount of money, and you're not going to stay there during the heat. So they bounce over to London, and then they'll stay in London for the summer, and then they'll come back to Dubai.
Interesting.
Or they'll go to like France to like go and ski or something. But it's cool because you're all over the place. Like my girlfriend is moving to Madrid, so she'll be closer to me out there. And from Madrid, I can go to Ibiza. I can go to anywhere.
What's that like? I always like to ask when I have other founders and entrepreneurs on, because I think it's a super important part of life, like what their girl situation is. Or you know, there's guys that I have on that are like, I'm literally not talking to a girl. I won't talk to anyone right now. I'm in that period of my life. I don't want distractions. There's other guys that have been with the same girl since they were 18, and it's like they're rock. So how do you look at you know, dating and relationships right now?
Really just specific. Yeah, I mean, like I think it's all contingent on the girl. Like I'm lucky to have someone who's really like loves what I do.
Yeah.
And a genuinely good person and wouldn't do anything to put me in an uncomfortable position. I think that's the most important thing, because the worst thing you can do as an entrepreneur is to take your focus away from what needs to be there.
Exactly.
So if you have a girl who's pulling your attention, it's like they're out clubbing and you got to worry about this girl, what she's going to do, what other guys are going to do. It's like, I would rather cut that off right straight away and not deal with it. But I think a good girl can accelerate you quite a bit. And that's what I found too, is it's like you have someone who just tries their best to understand everything that's going on in your life. And like there's sacrifices to it, right? So being with a guy who's like making a good amount of money in a young age, it's going to come with some sacrifice, but because of that, you're going to live a whole lot better life. So you can throw it away and go be like a clubbing girl and be that type of person. Or you could just be like a nice girl.
Yeah.
And, you know, you guys will have a good relationship. So I'm extremely blessed though.
Well, here's the other thing, and I think a lot of guys don't think about this, is I think a lot of guys think, oh, I'm a young guy and I'm making good money. Like, oh, lucky her, right? But the truth is that girl is giving up a lot for you, right? Because think about a guy like you. You're a good-looking dude. You're climbing the ladder insanely fast. You have a platform, so you have access to a lot of people. The amount of options that a guy like you is going to have in 5 years, 10 years is only going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And this girl's been with you from the start, right? So now it's up to you. Whereas her options are actually going to decrease as she gets older. So now it's up to you to, to stay loyal and to support her after she supported you in your early days. It's like a test. In the early days, it's a test on her. And then in the later days, it's a test on you. Yeah.
But I think that's like a part of being like a great CEO is being a great person and a great leader.
Yeah.
And that comes with like loyalty.
For sure.
And that comes with genuinely like being the best version of yourself. So I would never do so. I would never.
I fully believe you. So how long you guys been together for?
Dude, not long, like a few months.
Oh, nice.
Like, yeah, it's been pretty short lived. But yeah, it's been good though. Like before that, bro, I was like never dating.
Yeah.
Ever. I genuinely thought, I was like, when the fuck is this gonna happen? I don't know. I haven't found any girl that's gonna.
You're
that's
like, when's my turn?
No, seriously.
I felt the exact same, bro. I literally felt the exact same way up until about a month ago. I'm
Oh,
going to pick
you
a girl
got
up
a
from the
girl?
airport right after this podcast. Same sort of situation though. It's like, I think as a young founder or a young entrepreneur or anyone trying to like really like make a life for themselves, like there is an extremely lonely period. First, it's with friends. You have no friends. You have to cut everyone off. And then I think a lot of young guys think when I get money and success and fame, I'm going to have more options. I was just talking about this on the last pod with Ian Fonz. You get less options as you become more successful because you become much more picky. Exactly. Right. You're much more selective of who you spend your time with. You're much more careful, you could say. Right. So I'm glad to hear that. That's dope though.
No, and like it gets more foggy as you go more up because you don't know who's there for the right reasons.
Yeah.
Which is a huge thing, bro. Like that's something I was really concerned about, especially as like the success started to come. Cause then it's like you have people reaching out to you from like back in the day and you're like, is this guy being real? Is he not? And even with girls, it's like you don't want to tell them anything about what you do or like, but then you have a social profile. So it's like they can go and see and then be totally fake to you and you're not going to know if you're going to waste your time.
Yeah.
So that's the thing that's really difficult about it. But also people that do similar things to us are like pretty good at reading people.
Yeah.
So I think you
have to be.
Yeah, it's not that difficult.
People are trying to screw you over all the time, right? So yeah, I don't think it's that hard when you're an entrepreneur to, especially if you, the thing is like a lot of entrepreneurs and a lot of people that make a lot of money that I've met were not social prior. And so they're, I mean, I could name a lot of people. I don't want to talk shit on anyone, but I know a lot of internet money guys who were not, you could say like cool before they got the money. And now the money made them cool. I think that's a disaster waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Because then those are the types of people that don't know how to read people. They don't know how to have a normal conversation without bringing up materialistic things. There's a lot of guys in Miami like that. Unfortunately, they make all this money and then they're like, I'm dope now. But you know, we were both in Greek life. I think the one really cool thing about Greek life, if anyone's like younger watching, is it really does like force you to be social.
Yeah.
And it's like having 100 big brothers. So if you say something that's a little weird to a girl, you're gonna know about that.
Held accountable.
Right? You're held accountable. Exactly. My co-founder and I were just talking about that, how a lot of these guys with money, they were just kind of like nerds before they got money. And so they act horrible around women and they don't know how to like talk to women the right way. And they don't know how to make women they make them feel uncomfortable and they're not good people versus like, you know, and there are bad apples in Greek life too. But, you know, if you're creepy or you do something weird, like you're going to hear about it. Right. So
that's what happens when you base your entire self-worth around how other people are viewing you though.
Yeah.
It's like, these people will come up and thinking that money is going to solve their whole problem. I say that from experience. Like I thought money was going to solve everything for me. I was like, oh, just wait till I make my first $100,000 month. Like then everything will be fine. And then you get there and it's like, oh, that's not really enough. And then
it's still cool.
It is
but
cool.
You're like,
but it's like, brother, you realize that it's such a shallow feeling.
Yeah.
And the real happiness comes from like the fulfillment of the journey and going along the way. And like helping people and serving people at the highest level. Like the most enjoyment that I've had so far in this was like getting my mom a trip to Africa, or like one of my closers on my team making like $30,000 a month and he can take his family on a cruise or something. That's the shit that's super cool. But when it happens to you, it's like, it's really nice, but it's a very fleeting high.
Yeah. Well, I'm curious because you said at the beginning, I knew it was going to happen, right? Most of the people, almost everyone I have on has had that feeling since day one. I knew it was going to happen. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, but I knew at some point it was going to happen. And I feel like when you're in that position as a young person trying to succeed and you're visualizing your ideal future, or you call it manifesting, whatever you want, all day, every day, when you do achieve that goal that you had, maybe it's doing $1 million a month, maybe it's hitting 5 million in total sales, 10 million in total sales, 25 million in total sales. It's cool. But like you already knew it was going to happen, and you've been thinking about it so much for the past 3 years that you're like, all right, like now I just have to go hit the next one. So it's not like you're not like surprised by it. It's not like I think people have a misconception about it, right? When you win something like a lottery ticket, you weren't actually expecting to win. So you're like, oh my God, right? Or if you win big at the casino, you're like, oh my God, it's exciting. But as an entrepreneur, it's really not that exciting once you actually hit that number, because you're like, I've already seen this happening in my head
the
for
moment
5
before.
years. And I just had to go do it again, right? That's how I like to think about these kind of things. But
it's crazy, dude. Because you feel the feeling before. Like even like I think the visualizing is a big part of everything. Like I write all my goals down. I like sit there and think about the gratitude I feel when I accomplish those things. And it was really weird because like even getting my biggest accomplishment today was getting my mom that trip.
Hell yeah.
And I've lived that moment in my head so many times, like every night going to bed, thinking in my mind, what is it going to feel like? What is it going to feel like? Where am I going to be? And doing it, it was just the same exact feeling.
Yeah.
Like there was nothing different about it. It was just like a lot of gratitude, and it's the same feeling I felt. But I think the thing about it is that you want to like, I don't think it's woo-woo to attract things into your life based on, because it's all about action, right? Like now I'm not saying the manifest, like think about money and like you're gonna make money.
Yeah.
But thinking about it will influence your actions will determine your outcomes.
For sure.
So thinking about that so many times to where it's like, it's already done, and you're putting in the work to back it up, it's inevitable. It is literally inevitable and not risky at all, because you're going to fucking hit it.
It's like this concept of the future. I've talked about this a few times on the podcast. This concept of the future is so funny to me. I think most like average people, I'm not saying that in an offensive way, but like Gen Pop, they think the future is kind of like laid out for them, but you really do get to decide like exactly what you want. You're like, I want to be, you think 5 years ahead. This is who I want to be in 5 years. I'm going to act like that person now. And then by the time those 5 years, like if I'm actually going to do the things that guy would do, maybe it's like as simple as like, I'm going to wake up earlier. I'm going to work out every day. I'm going to journal. I'm going to read. I'm going to take risks. I'm going to make myself uncomfortable, whatever. And then when you do those things for 5 years, acting as that guy 5 years from now, by the time the 5-year point arrives, you are that guy now. So it's like whatever you want in life, you can do. And it actually happens a lot faster than you'd imagine. You just have to like work backwards, I think.
Yeah, dude. But people are so scared to take the first step because they think they have to have everything figured out from day one. Like this business is going to sell for $100 million, which is like a good thought to have in the beginning. But when things don't go your way, you can't just like pick up and switch. That's a huge thing that people do right now. That's so wrong. I actually have a lot of respect for you because you did not do this. Like you've been with the same thing for so long. And a lot of people don't have the discipline to stay with that. They bounce so much. It's like, oh, drop shipping didn't work for me. I'm going to try sales. Didn't work for me. I'm going to try this. Going to try that. And they just reset themselves to level 0 every time. It's like, bro, if you just stick with one thing, anything works. Anything works. Bro, people make money doing the most bizarre shit of all time. And you don't think that when you go and you try like starting a clothing brand, for example, it's possible to see success, bro. So just fucking do it.
And it's crazy because, first of all, I appreciate you saying that. It's wild because number one, there's always a hotter girl. That's how I like to call it. There's always, and like, bro, especially when you have a platform, the amount of times that I've been DM'd or people reach out to me, yo, let's start this. Yo, let's start this. The amount of times that I've had friends that, like for example, you know, a good friend of mine, same thing, booked a call with me back when he was in college. He was thinking about dropping out, paid $50 to book a call with me. I have this idea for this company, bro. I'd love to partner with you on it. I go, oh, you know what, bro? It's actually a great idea. I'm going to connect you with a friend of mine because I think you guys would be great partners. I committed to this thing and I'm going to stick with it because I can't just be hopping to the next thing every time. And it was a great opportunity. And guess what? Him and that guy went on to go make tens of millions of dollars. He's in Outliers as well. Yeah, he's one of the most successful guys in Outliers.
Who is it?
It's Blake. Tens of millions of dollars in revenue.
Oh, was that the LooksMaxing app?
Yeah, he started with RizGBT, then Umax, then Cal AI. Now they're working on multiple new projects. Like they've done tens and tens of millions in revenue in the past 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years, and I'm like, I'm so happy for them. And that's a really cool feeling to like see all your friends win. But like if you were to graph on a chart, right? If you were to set up like a chart like this and this is success and this is time, I'd be like just slowly climbing. And then this dude's just like, boom, just like goes way past me. And I think for a lot of people that can be really frustrating. And you're like, when's it going to happen for me? When's it going to happen for me? But certain industries just take longer. Like it's crazy because like with clothing, I chose an industry that's super tough. The most difficult part of it is in the beginning because you have all of these barriers to entry. You don't have terms. You don't have the suppliers. You don't have the relationships. You don't have the ability to garner debt, right? Like debt is huge in clothing, right? Because you're buying something 6 months ahead of time, and then you have to pay for it ahead of time in the beginning. And the other thing is like with a physical, like you can scale as fast as you want, right? If you have the infrastructure in place. With clothing, like I can only sell one t-shirt one time, and then I have to wait 3 months for the next one to arrive, and then I have to wait 3 months for the next one. And so you are completely limited in terms of your timeline, in terms of how fast you can scale. But it is starting to finally pay off after years. And for anyone like listening or watching, I'm so glad that I stuck with it. And dude, in most cases, like you're going to see guys like Johnny who have a crazy rise in 12 months. In most cases, it's not like that. It's going to take 4, 5, 6 years, and that's totally fine. But that's why it's such it's so important to start early, bro. Like start in college, like start like if you're in high school now, even like you don't have to fucking drop out and start a business, but like start doing research online, start watching podcasts like this.
That's all you need to do. Just start getting in the game. Like even it appears that it looks like a 12-month come up, but bro, like I've been at this shit for years and nothing panned out. So it's like the 12-month come up came from the right idea at the right time with the right execution, with the right action.
Yep.
But I wouldn't have done that unless I failed on everything else I've done in my life.
For sure.
So it's like, it's so necessary. And then it also comes back to like, you cannot judge a decision based on like a 6 to 12 month outcome.
Yeah.
Like for you, turning down that offer of joining that company and building it, it's like, you don't know how that plays out over the next 30 years. Like what if you would have quit and then did that and then like it flopped and then now your opportunity cost, right?
I actually think that would have, like, that's the thing is like, the guy that I connected him with, who ended up being his business partner on that, was the guy for that job. Like, I don't think it would have been as successful with me involved.
Was it Sam?
It was Sam.
Sam's,
Sam. Yeah, Sam's the boy.
He was perfect for that, bro.
Perfect for that thing, right? And so, yeah, like you can never look at like, oh, I missed that opportunity, because like there's no saying that it would have been any different, or that it would have been the same with you involved.
You have to wait on a long enough time frame, bro. Like every decision that appears to be so horrific, like even if I can think back to me dropping out of college, like everything was so bad in my life. I was making no money. I had zero respect from anyone. And in that moment, I could have perceived that decision as like, this is the worst decision of my life. I dropped out of college and I just threw away my safety net. But what if you extend the time horizon to 2 years? It's like, okay, now you have more than them, like we'll have in the next 30 years. So it's like,
have you heard the story of the Chinese farmer?
What is it again?
You've never heard that before?
No, I don't
so.
think so.
It's like, I'll summarize it real quick. So, there's a really poor Chinese farmer, old man, and his son, and they live together on a farm, and they have like one horse, super poor. And then one day the horse runs away, and the son comes to the father and he goes, "What the fuck, bro? Like, we just lost our only source of labor. Like, winter's right around the corner. Like, we're actually cooked. Like, we're broke. We're cooked."
Yeah.
And the father, the Chinese farmer, goes, "Well, maybe. Let's see." He goes, "What do you mean maybe? Like the horse just ran away. Like we have nothing. That's the only form of wealth we had, and it's gone." And he goes, "Maybe." A couple days later, the horse comes back, and it brings like 6 wild horses. And so now the kid is ecstatic. He's like, Dad, like father, we're rich. Like we are rich. Like we can sell a couple of them. We can upgrade the farm. We're gonna have all this extra labor. Like this is a blessing from God." And the Chinese farmer goes, "Well, maybe. Like let's see." And then a couple days later, the kid's out riding one of the wild horses. He's trying to like tame it because it's wild. And he like gets thrown off and he breaks his back. And so the whole village comes over and they're like, "This is like a curse. Like, why do these bad things keep happening to you? This sucks." And the father's like, "Maybe." Right. couple weeks later, the military comes through town. They're drafting for the civil war that's happening. And they come to pick up his son because he's like a 21-year-old. They're like, he's on the list. He's got to come with us. He's like, bro, he's paralyzed. He can't come. He broke his back. And they're like, oh, okay. So they don't need him. So they continue to march on, and that army gets wiped out by the enemy army. Every single person dies. And so the whole village comes over and they go, oh my God, this is amazing. And he goes, maybe. So the point is, and I like to live my life by this, and it sounds like you do as well. You just haven't heard the story yet. But it's just like a metaphor and a story for putting into words the idea that like you never know if something is good or bad in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably the same way for you, right? Like same thing for me. Like when I got cheated on, oh, this fucking sucks, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is like the worst thing to ever happen. It was the best thing to ever happen, right? I've had 5 businesses before these. All of them failed. Oh, this fucking blows. Well, maybe not, because I needed to do those things in order to get to where I am now, right?
Yeah.
Same thing. Like I had a lot of daddy issues, right? I had a lot of father issues because my parents were not that supportive in the early days, especially my dad. He was like the most loving guy ever, but he was a doctor, just didn't understand, right? And we didn't talk for like almost a year. Thought I was never going to see or talk to him again. And in the moment I was like, dude, this really sucks. But now our relationship is like beautiful, and it's the relationship I've always wanted, right? So the idea is like you never know if something's good or bad in the moment. And if you can just try and remember that, like even on your toughest days, it gives you like an even bigger and better reason to wake up. Because you're like, fuck, this blows, but maybe this is actually really good. I just don't even know yet.
If anything, it's even a positive in the moment, because you're just training yourself to overcome hardship, and you're just training your body. So then when you get to the point where shit is really hitting the fan, like if we go a month and like where the ROAS is like significantly down, or ads are fucking up, like I have a bunch of sales guys quit, of course it's going to suck in the moment. But like you said, like building the callus, you overcoming all those obstacles so far and still continue to like pursue and just like push forward. It's just training yourself that's like, all right, it's not as bad as it seems. Let me just get through this moment and get to tomorrow. Yeah. And tomorrow's going to be better. If tomorrow's not better, the next day's going to be better.
Yeah.
And you just keep on going until you wake up and you're like fully on top of the mountain looking down at everyone who's just like idiots.
Yeah.
And didn't fucking try in the first place.
Yeah. It's crazy, bro. It's like, and once again, it happens faster than you think too. As long as you just like, you got to stick with it.
It happens slow till it happens fast. It's a real like this, and then
Jeff Bezos has a great quote about that. He says, you can be grinding for, I think he says like 6 years with no results. And then on year 8 or year 7, you become like the biggest thing ever.
Yeah.
And that's all it takes. You have like that one, you know, Julian Petrulis? Oh, dude, you got it. This is like me and Tyler's favorite YouTuber. He's like the most, he's crazy successful Australian dude. And he just like has been vlogging his life. And he's just got one of the coolest, like humble perspectives on success and wealth. And he says the same thing. He's like, you could be grinding for years, and then you have one catalyst that you could have never expected, and it just changes everything, and you become, multi-millionaire overnight, right?
Yeah.
And that's usually how it goes. It's very, very rare to have like a slow and steady grind. It's usually like something happened. Like think about all these, like a Young LA, for example, right? They were nobodies for 5 or 6 years. And then one day they cracked influencer marketing with Sush, I think was their first guy. And then they fucking blew up. And now they're one of the biggest clothing brands, right? Same thing with Gymshark. They have their first couple influencers. They blow up right away. So there's no way to plan and know exactly when that's going to be and what it's going to be. But as long as you stick with it, I think it'll happen.
Just trying shit. Like even with the company I have now, my partner was my old boss, like my old CEO.
Oh, no
I
way.
went and worked for them. And it's like,
that's sick.
I'm working for them for a while. This guy wasn't showing his face because he's like running the $4 million a month company.
Yeah.
And so like I never got to see this guy, but I always looked up to him like the whole time. And then if I didn't take that decision, then a year later, like I would have never been able to partner with him. So
how did that happen? Walk me through that. Like
that was nuts.
Did you approach him and you're like, yo, we should partner up, or he came to you?
So like I ended up leaving that company because I wanted to build like my own company, and he was still the CEO there. So he was like continuing with them. I was doing my own thing. I started seeing success really fast, and they like them as a company. The founder of it really did not like it at all. He was really angry. And so he ended up leaving the company, and he had like a long-term non-compete. So he couldn't speak to me. which like he couldn't.
The founder?
Yeah, no, the like previous CEO. So he couldn't speak to me. He couldn't do anything with me. I don't even know he wanted to. I don't even think he did want to until like a year
Did he know
later.
about you though?
Yeah,
like, were
he
you
knew
like a
about me.
top rep or something,
Yeah.
and you guys communicated?
Yeah, he
Okay.
knew. He definitely knew that I was performing there. And then even when I left, like I continued closing on offers that I was running, and like I was doing even better when I left. And so the word started to get around to them of how much like revenue I was doing.
Yeah.
And so they weren't very happy about it. But he ended up leaving, and then probably like 8 months or so after he left, he just like approached me and we got on a Zoom call. He was just like helping me out initially because the exact company I have, he scaled like 4 million a month. So
How old
he
is
knows
he?
exactly 30
Okay.
something.
Nice.
But so now he's like my mentor. So he
That's sick.
trains me in everything. The guy's worth like a stupid amount of money. And that's the reason I'm going to Dubai. It's because
Nice.
like he's there, so it'll be nice to be proximity.
Yeah.
But it's weird because like the little things that you don't think matter end up working out for you. Like I would have never expected to be business partners with him.
Yeah.
This guy's way more skilled than me. And so you never know what can happen unless you just take one step in front of the other and just fucking go.
Yeah.
Like stop being such a baby about everything and just go. Like that's my biggest pet peeve of people nowadays, man. Is the people who make all the excuses as to why they're not just taking the step. Like the man in the arena quote is a perfect example.
Yeah.
You're going to be the guy in the arena and you're going to look at everyone around you and they could be laughing and scoffing at you, but you're the one who's in the arena and they're the ones who are in the fucking stands watching you. So
that's how it goes, bro. And that's never going to change though. And some people don't even like, they're so oblivious. They don't even know. They're
the ones in the stands?
Yeah, they just don't know. I can't even like try and imagine what their perspective is like, but
it's funny. It's like TikTok comments in real life. It's like, wow.
There's guys that have, I'm sure it's the same with you. There's guys that have been in my comments. I recognize their usernames. Because I would click on comments in the early days and be like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
Like someone will be talking shit to, like, I'm just this kid trying to start a clothing brand in my college apartment and someone's like talking shit to me in the comments. I click on I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Who does he think he is?
It's always user 9021.
Yeah, bro. Or like some loser, bro. Like you just click on their page and they're a loser and they're still in my comments 2.5, 3 years later and they're still saying the exact same thing. And I'm just like, bro, you have no idea. Like you don't even like 3 years has passed and you're in the same exact spot, bro.
They just don't get it because that's their coping mechanism.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm going to try to drag you down so much because I genuinely hate myself.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the way that they keep on going. And unfortunately, I don't think people like that will ever change.
They won't.
But they'll
Be
suffer
very
the
hard.
consequences themselves.
I'm curious. So on the topic of personal brands, how has you making content impacted your business, number one, and your life as well? Like, would you say it's like net positive 100%?
Oh yeah, dude. Like insane. It's like you automatically have respect. You automatically have authority. A bunch of people trust you.
Mm-hmm.
It's also bad because people who don't deserve the trust will still get it because they have a personal brand, right?
Yeah.
So it is a net positive in every single way. And I haven't seen maybe when you get to like the Rock level, it's like, bro, leave me the fuck alone.
Yeah.
But with this, it's like, yeah, it's been all great.
That's sick. And now and it's cool because now you're in the circles that you probably looked up to when you were younger. Like, I'm sure, like you mentioned you're good friends with Luke, right?
Yeah.
Was Luke like, when you were first starting, he was still doing very well. So I imagine he was like someone you looked up to in the early days,
dude.
right?
I saw Luke and I was like, this guy's fucking killing it. Like he's living in Miami. He's living the dream. That was my naive self. But I was like,
he's matured a ton as a person as well.
Yeah.
And completely changed from like course guy to now like building a sick business.
Yeah.
And
his shit is sick too. I've looked at it. I've looked at it and tested it out. But like just things like that. But you realize, I think it's really eye-opening is when you start to meet those people, you're like, this guy is normal. Like he's not a superhero. He didn't do anything crazy. He picked one thing, he stuck to it for a long enough period of time, and he took action repeatedly. And he's where he is now. And that's the same with everyone that I've met. It's like they're not some crazy super genius. It's just these people just took action on what they wanted and they didn't take no for an answer.
That's the biggest part is I think you earn, there's like a level, it's crazy because there's like business success, but then there's also a not talked about aspect of respect that exists in the creator community because of like everybody that does content has had to go through the exact same first experience of getting shit on by everyone. And there's a lot of people that make a lot of money, but they're still not willing to make content because it's, you expose yourself. You're literally opening yourself up to nothing but negativity for the first couple of months, if not year or so.
Yeah.
And bro, it's wild. I remember like me and Tyler went to Coachella like 3 years ago for the first time, and we like snuck into VIP. We like paid off a guard to get us in because we were too broke to get VIP tickets. And we saw in the VIP section, we saw all of our favorite influencers, right? Oh, no way. I see that guy all the time. Oh, no way. Look who that is. Like, because Coachella is like influencer, hub, right? It's especially weekend ones where everyone goes. So we saw all of these people that we had been familiar with for years and looked up to. And we're like, damn, this is so cool, bro. Like, we're actually in VIP. And then just this last year at Coachella, you should pull up, by the way. I don't know if that's your vibe or whatever, but we'll probably get a big group together this year.
Yeah.
And just this past year we went and we had like the fucking sickest table at the main after party Zenyara all 3 nights. And all of those creators were like trying to get into our table, and we let them all in, and then we all like became friends.
Yeah.
And it was like such a cool, I'm sure you're in the same boat right now. It was such a cool feeling to like just be around all the people that you looked up to for years.
Yeah.
And everyone is literally normal, but there's like a mutual level of respect because it's like, oh, you were willing to take that step too, that so many people are afraid of.
That's been one of the coolest experiences, just getting to meet everyone that like you used to look up to, and just being in the same group. You really do feel proud of yourself.
Yeah.
He's like, bro, you always have in the back of your mind like the hardship you went through to get there, and when you just sit there and take it all in, and you're looking around and like you're there and you're a part of the community of people who are all like holding themselves to the higher standard.
Yeah.
And you are successful yourself. You're like, bro, let's fucking go. Like, I actually did it after all the time of like after all of like the yelling and screaming and just like the horrible sleepless nights. And like, it sounds cringy to say, but like, it's the truth, bro. You know what I mean? Like, the come up is fucking hard.
Yeah.
And after all of that, just being in that scenario is just, oh my God, man, there's no feeling like
everyone has the same come up. It's just like a different color, you know? But yeah, it's the same thing. It's exactly what you just described. And that's why there's like that, mutual level of respect amongst everybody once they make it. So what's next for you right now, right? So business is crushing. Do you ever feel overwhelmed, or you're like, nope, I'm right where I need to be right now, and it's happening right as it should?
Sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes I'll get like imposter syndrome, but I think that comes with a lot of people. It's like sometimes I feel like I'm in over my head. Like I now have, because it's not longer just like a little one-man show where it's, if I fail, I fail. How
many people are on your team, by the way? Sorry to cut you off.
Dude, we probably have total like 25 employees at this point. And like, there's grown-ass men who depend on me to provide for them. So it's like,
it's a crazy feeling.
It's very like nerve-wracking at the same time, because you want to be a leader and stuff, but you're also like, fuck, I'm a 22-year-old kid, and these grown-ass men who have families are depending on me to provide for them. And I'm like, oh my God. Sometimes it really gets you, but it's kind of like the callus, like you build yourself up to being the person capable of it. And I think it does take a certain type of person to handle that kind of responsibility, which is why there's so few people like that, you know?
Yeah. So what's next though? What's
same old.
Moving, is it just moving to Dubai and then just scaling like crazy?
Yeah. I'll be in Dubai. We're trying to get like 10 offers under us at each do $1 million a month. So that'll be a lot. And then this is also a business that we can sell. So we're trying to get, I don't want to say too much on it, but we're attempting, actually, I'm not going to say that. We're making our business sellable essentially. So like,
so you want personal brand, one day.
Yeah. Personal brand can't be sold, obviously. So we're working to be able to make it so like, I'm not the only one. And to where like the business can be rolled together with like all the offers that we might run, our training, rolled together and then sold. So, and based on the history of like my business partner, every business he's touched is sold. So I think that will be good.
What when you look for a new business, a new offer to onboard, are you only looking for people that already have existing offers that do very well and you're looking to bring them to the next level? Or do you ever partner with like, let's say there's a an up and coming Shelby Sapp, and
Mhm.
you see, wait a minute, bro, this is a gold mine. Like, I need to pitch to her. Like, let me run your back end.
Yeah. For sure would do that.
Mm.
But also a lot of the people that we would want to partner with, it's truly about their character and who they are. Because there's nothing worse than working with someone who doesn't give a shit about like their clients. Because then you have the FTC knocking at your door, and it's not a good situation for anyone.
Yeah.
And it's also like, if they're not trying, you guys need to be on the same level of where are we trying to take this to?
Yeah.
Do you want it to be like a little, a tiny operation that's like bringing you 50 grand a month profit and you only have to work a few hours a week? 'Cause if so, like, let's just say it now so we can not do it.
Yeah.
But what is your goal? Is like, in terms of your character, is that, like, do I want to work with you? Like, that's the same thing with the guy who I partner with now. It's like, he came to Miami because we didn't know each other. Like, he knew I was an employee and I was a closer and like I was making money for him,
Mhm.
but he didn't know me. So like, he came to Miami just to know me for like a weekend. And if I was a good person, then we would move forward. And I wasn't even aware of this. It was almost like a test. But I think that's really important for all business partners, because you can get so severely fucked.
Yeah.
And even with those offers, like, you never know, bro, especially in the space I'm in, you can build someone up and build their whole offer from ground zero, and they can cut you in a heartbeat, and then you're totally screwed, and they own all your salespeople, everything. I've heard horror stories of it time and time again. People have like 30% of an offer. They take them from a launch all the way up to $800K a month, and they're like, all right, cool, you gave us the systems, we're gonna go and hire a sales manager now for $5,000, and like, we'll see ya.
How do you avoid that?
You own the system. So for me, my sales reps are contracted under me, so I pay them out. CRM is built by me and paid for by me, managed by me. I own everything around sales.
Yeah.
So if they wanted to get me out, they can, but they will have to rebuild everything from ground zero.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's more worth it just to continue to allow me to do what I'm doing than for you to go and rebuild the entire CRM, hire another 30 sales reps, train them all, make sure they're all good, hire a manager. Like, dude, that is a whole ass operation that no founder who's just out there making content is going to want to deal with, even for the extra profit. Like, a total waste of time. And all those businesses always tank.
Yeah.
I've never heard a good story about someone firing the people who are doing what they do and then them end up like just skyrocketing in profit. It never happens.
Yeah, that's kind of, I'm in a somewhat of a situation like that right now with our TikTok shop. We have an agency that runs our TikTok shop, and they do an amazing job, but I never want to feel also reliant on another, like an agency to handle everything. So I'm also building a system in-house as well. But yeah, I can see, so if anything, you're kind of like the guys that I'm partnering with.
Yeah.
So it's definitely smart. That's the way to have it set up for sure.
It's scary though, because like, you never know. Like, for me, I'm never hiring an agency again. Everyone on my team is in-house.
Yeah.
There's no agencies, but I also am an agency. So it's a bit weird. But the goal is for all these companies is, I don't want to be an agency. Like, the way that we like framing our stuff is that we're just like it's not even outsourced. Like, we are your sales team. You have your own sales manager. You have your own reps. There's like, of course they're managed by us, but they're not like external to your team. And the goal is to get equity with all these companies too, and be on a legitimate profit share equity. Because everyone that we partner with is like, is primed to sell. Like, they can actually sell as businesses. Like, you already know one of the clients that we work with, they can sell.
Do I?
Yeah. You did a podcast with them. Let's just cut it out, but
we'll
it's
talk
James.
about it after. Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, one of them, they can sell as a business, bro. Okay. They're a fucking media company, like, big.
Do we have to cut that out? Is that bad to talk about?
I don't know if they'll, whatever, fuck it.
All right.
But like, they can sell.
No one's gonna know like who that was. Like, just the first name, but
like, for example, like, that's a business that could sell one day for hundreds of millions of dollars, and they're fucking G's, and they're great people. So it's like, that's an ideal partner to work with, because they take all the boxes.
That's awesome. That makes sense.
And they would never do bad work for their clients. I would never have to worry about like a terrible situation with a client, because they're good fucking people. So it's fine. But that's an idea where it's like, all right, start with sales and marketing, and you build your way up to having equity in the whole company. So
did your personal brand help you get that client?
No, funny enough, the first course I ever bought years ago, the SMMA course I got, the owner of that course, I guess, it did in short, but the owner of that course saw my stuff, and he's like, dude, I thought you were like a marketing agency owner from like years ago. I was like, no, I'm doing this now. And then he has equity with them and they're partners. So he's like, all right, come on.
That's sick.
Yeah. Very weird how it happened.
Hell yeah,
Super
bro.
full
and
circle.
they are great people, bro. So it's cool that they're also in, I don't know if you know, but they're Outliers as well, right? So there's probably a lot of people in Outliers that actually, I mean, it's more behind the scenes founders, honestly, now that I think about it. But if anyone comes to mind of like good potential clients, we'll definitely send them your way.
Yeah, dude, please do. I mean, like we're pretty, I would consider us definitely one of the best.
Yeah,
just in terms of client results. So I think we'll rip.
Sweet, bro. Well, dude, you're a stud. I appreciate you coming on. I appreciate you coming on, bro. Like, it's definitely, it's so cool, like, to see guys like you, Jake Levy, Blake, like all these dudes that, like, just other young guys building at the same time. And what really gets me fired up and excited is we're all still in our early to mid 20s, bro.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy to think, like, you know, especially like with what I'm trying to do with Outliers, I'm trying to build like a much bigger PayPal mafia over the next 20 years. You know what I mean? So like, where's everyone? If everyone's already making millions and millions and millions of dollars, sometimes tens of millions, and they're in their early 20s right now, bro, where's everyone going to be in 10 years, 30 years? It's just like, it's really exciting to like get to see everyone's journeys. And yeah, I appreciate you coming on, bro.
Yeah, absolutely. Appreciate you having me on, bro.
Hell yeah, man.